In a world where one woman tries to start a podcast,
How will I ever do this on my own?
she thought she would have to get expensive equipment.
What? I can do all of this on a free app?
She thought she would have to find creation tools all over the internet.
You mean it can all be contained in an app on my phone and computer?
She thought she would have to do all her own distribution.
You mean to tell me this app is going to send it to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all those other platforms for me?
She thought she would never make any money.
I don't have to wait for a minimum listenership to monetize?
She thought that she would have to find all kinds of different equipment and pieces.
But I'm going to download this free Anchor app and get started today.
Visit Anchor.fm and download the free Anchor app to be just like her, the ultimate podcaster.
Hello and welcome to the Lou Review. This is Rosa and I'm here with Carrie Johns. She's an artist that I have seen her work here in both New Albany and Jeffersonville, Indiana. But I'm about to inquire about all her repertoire. We are also here with Joe Phillips, the owner of Common Haus and Pints and Union, which is proudly displaying her artwork inside and outside. So if you'd like to see that, come to the restaurants. There's murals there, and you did all the painting on the outside of Common Haus here, all these flowers that makes it look traditionally German and everything. So, Carrie, where are you from originally?
Originally from Georgetown. Actually, no, I was born in Louisville, but then right after I was born, we moved to Georgetown, Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then so you grew up here.
Mm-hmm. I went to school over here, and then when I went to college, I moved back to Louisville. Mm-hmm. And then I met my husband in Louisville, and we lived over there for a long time, and then we just recently moved back to Indiana in the past 4 years.
Okay. Where'd you go to college?
I went to IUS briefly, and then got an art history degree from U of L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I have, my first bachelor's is in singing, so I have a Bachelor of Arts, and then I went to IUS for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, so kind of scattered around too.
Yeah.
So, you went for art. Mm-hmm. So have you always been like, I'm going to do art for a living, or
ever since I can remember talking, I would tell people that I was going to be an artist when I grew up because that's what my dad did.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Was he a painter specifically?
He was a painter, and he did ink drawings. He did pointillism. So he was very detail-oriented, but he had a studio when I was growing up, and I would just go sit and watch him.
What did you call it? Pointillism?
Pointillism.
What is that?
Do you know the artist Seurat, S-E-U-R-A-T? He did the...
I would have to Google that.
Really big paintings, but if you look up close, it's all individual dots of color. Yeah. So super time consuming. Yeah.
Wow, that must have been incredible to watch that growing up.
Yeah.
And then, but that was your norm, right? Yeah. So then, what did you do before these huge restaurant projects?
Well, I've been painting murals since I was probably 15.
Do you do them in people's houses?
Mm-hmm.
And...
I would do like nurseries back then. Mm-hmm. That was really popular. And then my parents were brave enough to let me paint all of the walls in my bedroom.
Ooh.
So that was fun practice. And then just for friends and stuff. And then I worked at a pizza place when I was in high school, and that they let me paint both of their bathrooms.
Oh, how fun.
So that was fun. They were very generous. Yeah.
Yeah, so. I love fun bathrooms.
Yeah.
What did you paint in there?
Oh my gosh. It was like like a canal scene in Venice.
Ooh.
So it was super detail oriented with the architecture.
Oh, wow.
I think the other one was like Indy cars or something. that was a men's restroom.
Yeah.
I think they're still there, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, where's this pizza place so we can investigate?
It's not there anymore. It's something else, actually. But they never painted over the murals, from what I understand. But it's a little building across from Highlander Point.
Okay.
In Floyd Knobs.
Well, then I'm going to need the address when we're done here so I can investigate.
Yeah, I haven't been back to check that, but that's from what I understand.
That'd be an interesting little hidden treasure to walk into. Yeah.
Ugh.
I often,
Cringy.
when I'm checking bathrooms to see how clean they are, I also love it when they're super cute. So that's great.
Well, now everybody does all the fun wallpaper and stuff, so.
Sometimes some people do not bother.
Yeah.
But
I think bathrooms are an important detail you don't want to overlook.
and I'm gonna have to show you a picture later. In our old house, we used to have a mural that was from that rabbit book. That's
Peter Rabbit?
no, the I love you this much, and I love you to the moon and back.
Yep.
Have you ever done one of those?
No, not that
Okay,
one.
so that one wasn't done by you.
Yeah.
If I lived in a house where you had done the mural, I was gonna be amazed.
I've done Winnie the Pooh. I've done Itsy Bitsy Spider. Oh gosh, all kinds of nursery murals. That was really popular for a long time.
Yes. So, but you're done with that right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever anybody wants me to do.
What were you working on when you met Joe?
I had just painted a mural, I think, for Mesa Kids in New Albany, Indiana. It was a chef mural.
Oh, okay.
It was a bunch of different chefs all together, and a couple of quotes. So Anthony Bourdain, Julia Child.
Oh my gosh.
Nancy Silverton, Jamie Oliver.
I need to go see that. Oh, I love
It's
Jamie
behind-
Oliver.
If you know where Mesa is on Pearl Street, Mesa Kids is behind in the alley, and it's like a kids' cooking school. So the mural is in that alleyway back there.
What a hidden treat. I love this, where it's not like a billboard. It's like you have to go find it.
Yeah, kind of.
But everybody loves these murals and taking pictures in front of them right now. So,
Gosh, I know.
are there any that are like iconic now that you've done?
Iconic. I don't know. Well, my favorite one I've done so far was on the side of Mickey's, which is a coffee
Mickey's Uptown?
Yep.
Yes.
Mickey's amazing. But the city of New Albany commissioned me to paint a mural on the side of that building.
Okay.
And so I spent probably about three and a half weeks over the summer last year painting that.
And what's in a mural of?
I incorporated a bunch of buildings from like historic buildings as well as like current buildings from that part of New Albany in the background in black and white, and then there's a pair of hands that are releasing like origami butterflies that turn into real like monarch butterflies on the other side of the painting.
Gosh, how intricate.
It was super fun and colorful.
3.5 weeks. What?
I would have finished sooner, but there was a lot of thunderstorms during that time, so I had to stop
Girl,
and get down off the lift.
This
go in
is
my
just
car.
amazing. You're blowing my mind here. This is incredible.
That was right at, I think, at 1,000 square feet. So that was the biggest one I've done.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go on a tour of getting a picture with all your murals.
Oh my gosh.
That would be so fun.
There's a lot in New Albany. A lot.
Have you, okay, so are you done with your working with the Joe murals and
I hope not.
stuff? I mean, like for now, are the projects complete? Or
There's always ongoing projects and things we're thinking about and have in the back of our mind. And
or do you have a next thing that you're working on that you would want to promote?
right now,
Yeah.
not really. I mean, I like to just do them and just surprise people.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and then
Also,
I'll
you
start
don't want anybody like looking over your shoulder while you're working.
Right,
Maybe.
no. Well, I don't know. Sometimes I enjoy that part of it. That's just a part of doing public art in
That's
general.
true.
Just getting to talk to people as they walk past, and people are always so excited and they want to talk to you. So, especially kids. So yeah, I like that part of it. But sometimes I just kind of get into work mode and I'll put my headphones on and just not want to, just get in the zone.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then, so are you gonna stay here, or do you have any plans to branch out?
I'm trying to get more in Louisville. I have some work I'm doing right now with Rabbit Hole Distillery.
Ooh.
I have some stuff I'm going to be doing with Fall City Beer and 502 Winery.
I love Fall City Beer. Those guys are great. They were on my podcast before you.
Really?
So, okay.
Did you meet John Ryan?
I did not.
Okay.
I met Ryan Burke.
Okay. I've met a lot of them. I don't know their names.
They're fantastic.
Anyway, but yeah, so I'm trying to get more
They
involved.
have such a great spot. Are you doing a mural for them?
I'll be doing a lot of mural work for them.
Oh my gosh, I love going there for trivia. So it will be so neat to see all your art everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, eventually I would like to branch out. I've been thinking about like Madison, Indiana, different places in Indiana, Indianapolis, Lexington, maybe. Just. I don't want to be just known for murals in New Albany.
Exactly. Yeah.
Although I'm happy to have the work and I'm flattered, but yeah, I would like to branch out a little bit.
That's fantastic. Now, were you telling me about the Rabbit Hole project before? Were you saying you were going to do something like Mad Hatter Tea Party or something?
Yeah,
is that what
I'm
it
doing
is?
some bottle designs for them.
Bottle designs.
Yeah, so fun.
That is going to be fun.
Yeah, they're really nice people.
I haven't been to their speakeasy. I've been to the Black Rabbit speakeasy, and then but now I need to go to the Rabbit Hole.
Yeah.
Equal opportunity for all the rabbits.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll look forward to seeing your work there. And then, is there anything that you wish I would ask you about? Do you want me to ask you about the Etch-a-Sketch thing?
I don't know.
I want to ask you about it because you both started giggling, so I feel like I need to know now.
I don't know. It's just something I picked up really early, and I've sold them to people in LA, New York. I can ship them. They're real super intricate designs. I can make them to where they're permanent, so that you can hang them on a wall.
How do you make an Etch-a-Sketch permanent? Is that trademarked information or something?
Well, you basically have to open up the entire thing and then get all of the powder and all the mechanism out of the middle and then put it back together. So that's what erases it, is all of the stuff in the middle.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so then you have to get it perfect on one try because you can't erase?
I draw it first and then I open it up, which is really dangerous, but it's worked out.
But that's the risk of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what makes it so incredible that you were able to do it and then not lose it.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
No wonder people want to talk about it. Carrie, that's pretty cool.
I know I have about 4 or 5 friends across the U.S. who do it also. Some of them do it full time. They just do it for a living.
Well, if they like doing it, I mean, go for it.
I don't like to be pigeonholed into one thing. I have so many things that I, enjoy doing.
Well, and at this point, I mean, you have a lot of demonstration of other things you can do.
I know. It's really exciting to try other things. So far I've been successful at it. So
that's
keep
so
going.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When I was in music school, I loved to sing, but I didn't go into any music career because I didn't want to be a starving artist. I didn't believe people would pay me to sing. This was back before YouTube and before podcasts and all that. And so I really admire you knowing what you want to do and just going for it and committing to it.
Yeah.
And you made it happen.
It's been interesting. I was a stay-at-home parent for 7 years when my kids were babies up until they were school age. And I was really excited at that prospect because I thought, I'll have a studio at home and I'll work and I'll be home all the time, so I'll have time to do all this stuff. And that, of course, never happened. You have to take care of the kids, make dinners and lunches and breakfasts and all the things.
What, you don't stop being a parent while they're in school?
I know, right? So, but once now they're both in school and they're fine. They're super independent. And I was like, well, now that you're both in school, I'm going to try to do this full time, and I'll take a year and see what happens.
Oh,
and
that's
so
great.
It's been a couple of years now, and I don't have any plan on doing anything else.
Are they following in your footsteps like you were watching your dad and learning from him? Or do you see that in them too?
Yeah, I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old, and the 11-year-old, let's see, we have probably 3 full boxes of sketchbooks of his since he was 4 that he refuses to throw away. He just takes them and fills it up, fills it up, and he doesn't want us to throw them away, so and I wouldn't, but we've saved all those boxes, and he's drawn comics, and he wants to be he says he wants to be a director. He's a really good artist. Okay. He'd be really good at storyboarding.
Yes.
All kinds. He does a lot of things like me, so but they've been watching me do this since they were babies too, so I hope that they would go in that direction, but whatever they want to do.
It can mean so much to a kid to just know that they're capable of that. Like, I feel like some things that held me back were just in my head of just saying, oh, I'm not good at that, or I can't do that because somebody else can do it better. So just giving them that comfort of knowing their own capability and that that's something they can do if they want. Yeah. But they don't, not that they have to. Right. Like, exactly. That's probably really empowering for them.
Right. Yeah.
To be like, well, if nothing else, I can do that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So. Yeah. My daughter wants to be a vet and a pediatrician and an artist and a dancer. And I was like, you can do all of those things.
Yes. Maybe not all in the same day, but I don't know. If you make it a goal, you probably could do it all in the same day. Yeah. Do some overlap. Vets are so impressive. I know. Like, I never thought of it until I watched a cardiologist speak about how impressive veterinarians were, because they have to learn about so many different species. And I just never, I don't know, I never thought of it. She was like, we talk about sending people to a real doctor, not a vet. She was like, do you understand how much they know?
Right. I can't imagine.
Right?
I couldn't do it.
So, I mean, if she could be a vet, certainly she could be a people doctor too.
Right, exactly.
That would just be like cake. All right. Well, thank you so much for meeting with me here today, Carrie. We're
Absolutely.
at the Common Haus with Joe Phillips, your latest art that's exposed to the world. So what all did you do here before we end this interview? That when we walk into Common Haus, before you walk into Common Haus and you see the front of it, it's all you. This red and blue and these Bavarian flowers.
Well, we both designed it together, but I painted the logo, the signage out front, and what else? I don't even know. I did the logo inside.
Did you paint those walls over there?
I did. I painted the second floor walls.
Is that reminiscent of a flag?
So in Germany, there's a traditional architectural style called half timber, and you see it in a lot of traditional German buildings, like the outside architecture.
Right. So you painted what it would have been shaped like if they had laid the wood in those directions. Okay. Yeah. See? Yeah.
So
that's
just
fantastic.
A lot of little things here and there.
The details really pull everything together and make it feel like you're transported into a different time or place. So that's really fun. Have either of you ever been to Germany?
No. My family is German.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I've been to almost all the German/Bavarian restaurants in the Midwest, from Chicago down to Tennessee, and so I just pulled elements from all of my favorite ones and applied them here.
Well, it's beautiful. I love it. And I love the candle chandeliers as well to make it look like it's candlelit. Very cool. Are they Edison bulbs?
I think so.
Yeah, so they look like
on dimmers. And
so they're yellow like candlelight. I love that. It makes such a huge difference in the aesthetic.
Yeah, we got the tabletops from Blue Ocean in Louisville.
From where?
Blue Ocean. It's a warehouse supply random antique company.
And then Carrie resanded and painted them?
Yeah. They were in interesting shape.
They were pre-distressed, weren't they?
They absolutely were.
Yeah, that was the idea. I didn't want them to look new. You know?
Right.
And then I drove to Michigan for some of the chairs, and then, there's stuff from all over, It's and some pre-existing stuff that we decided to kind of reuse that was here during Third Base and Big Four.
That's the names of the restaurants that were in this building before?
Yeah, Third Base was a bar that was here for like 30 some odd years.
Oh, wow.
So I kept their bar up here, to try to, I think it's important to pay homage a little bit,
Especially for people who remember it, to come back and feel that nostalgia for what was literally here.
Generations that had come here. So I always think it's important to, I don't want to replicate anything they did, but pay respect.
That's wonderful.
And then hopefully in the next couple of weeks they're going to be doing the patios out here.
What are they going to do to the patios?
There's talk of AstroTurf out there, which is
Oh,
going to be really cute.
that will be cute.
They'll paint out there and everything, so, and the market lights, so it'll be a really nice space out there.
That will be pretty.
Yeah.
Oh man, you keep giving me all these reasons to want to come back. That and trying 10 different kinds of schnitzel that are going to taste amazing. Because I had one and I'm like, well, now I gotta have them all because I know the meat part's going to be fantastic.
Right.
So, is it 10? How many are there?
There's 6.
It looked like 10, just so you know. I was like, there are so many options.
That's all there ever needs to be. There does not need to be more.
Okay, that's fair. It would be overwhelming.
Yeah, we learned that last night in the kitchen.
Right.
We slinged 400 of them, and actually, it's more. We're gonna put a suggestion for people to limit special requests. That has been an overwhelmingly ridiculous amount of people.
Is that right?
Yeah, like, you're going to a German restaurant, right? You know it's German.
They want it to be gluten-free, don't they?
They want it to be everything on the side, everything deconstructed, everything taken apart. And we're like, we actually built all of this intentionally to be this way.
Yeah.
Like, that's been interesting. But every town's different.
Yeah.
So every demographic you learn, you learn.
Like maybe they want to taste what you got, but they have dietary restrictions. So yeah.
Oh, that's fine. We can
Yeah.
always do that.
Yeah,
It's been interesting.
that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe are you gonna have like a condensed menu for a while?
No, we're going to roll with what we've got.
Okay.
But for up here, we're probably going to limit it a little bit more because it's just too overwhelming.
Then you can run everything up the stairs.
We're going to have the patios open, so now we're going to have to add another 100 people. So we're going to probably streamline. This will be the beer garden menu. Probably do like 3 schnitzels, not 6. Just be smart about it. Quicker pickups. We were making things to order, like sides to order. You can't do that for 200 people at a time.
Yeah.
That's silly, So we're going to get away a little bit from like our fine dining mentality that we all have in the kitchen.
Where you want to accommodate everybody and give them their best experience. Or
Yeah. I mean, you're just fine dining, you're making everything to order, That's just how you do it. But we need to be volume minded. So we're not going to sacrifice the product, but we will continually refine and dial it in to handle the volume.
Well, is there anything that you think that we need to know about Carrie that she might be too humble to tell us herself, Joe? He's like, I am here to harass, not to compliment. But to be fair, you've not been harassing her.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, we're very much like brother and sister, so it's that dynamic of like how much shit can you give someone,
Right?
but also them being like, it's probably not the right time.
You're like, I was making a list on my phone of ways to harass her later.
Yes.
Or during.
Or during.
List of things you said to make fun of. Just kidding.
Yes.
No, she. I think what I find commendable professionally is while our direct jobs are very different, like what we do for a living, they're very, very similar because we both create constantly. And she is as committed to, it's very easy to do a painting and put it in a gallery and sell it, right? And
He says it's so easy to just
Well,
put a
I
painting
mean-
in a gallery.
I'm not a gallery painter type
no,
of artist.
I mean, I've done artwork my whole life, that was going to be my first career actually.
Was
art.
it? We didn't get into that.
So then I wound up creating restaurants. So,
Well, that's
and I
pretty-
mean that in an emotional and literal sense. I've created pieces and it's there and there it is, and you can kind of walk away from it. But the way that she does it, she fully lives it. So she commits to it as restaurant owners have to commit, or a chef has to commit. You have to drive it all the way home. You can't just slap it on a wall and walk away from it. And so it's very relatable, And I don't think a lot of people know that. That's the only compliment I'm giving her. I'm done with nice
I
shit.
guess that'll do.
That's great.
That'll do. And then, Carrie, if you ever need to, you just like replay this podcast. Be like, remember when you said, remember that day we were forced to be nice to each other for 5 seconds?
Pretty much.
Well, that's okay.
I like it's been interesting working in restaurants because it's, when I do stuff, I paint something and it's done and it's just there and it lives there. But something like this, it can be constantly evolving and improved on, and it's just really satisfying work.
Yeah.
So, and then people get to come and constantly enjoy and critique and
Oh, dear.
So yeah,
Good and
just
bad.
nice. Yeah.
Mostly good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if they think you didn't do it good enough and you're like, oh, let me show me how you can do better. Right? As if ever. No. But if people want to follow you and keep up on what you're doing and your latest work, they can look at your Instagram. Is it at Carrie Johns Art?
Yeah, it would be at Carrie Johns Art. And then I have carriejohnsart.com, which is my website. And then I have Facebook. You can look up Carrie Johns Art on Facebook, but I don't keep up with that as much as I do the Instagram. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, thank you both for being here today. And subscribe to the Lou Review for notifications on when we will be dropping the next episode. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.